Because going to the CT side, we saw some hard situations pulled up. And that is definitely not hard. Double kill immediately. Sure, rotations are gonna come. They got a kit on Lonex as well, but the smoke was originally used, so this is still gonna be very, very tough. They gotta break the site first, though. And that looked promising right before it's required to step up into the 1 versus 2. Let's see what Cello's gonna do.
Yeah, and that get is gonna be very valuable. There's a lot of extra time. It might be an unlosable round. They just need to not give him the individual duels. Don't give him the 1v1s. They can hear him coming, and they will easily dispatch it. Double kill for Luxon.
That's cool, but that Dust 2 definitely showed otherwise. It might still be right that Eternal Fire just take control. I felt like Dust 2 is a good map for Eternal Fire, but every map is different. Like we said, eventually Nexus might find themselves having an empty tank. Now they're gonna have a lot of players at least. Tank in the middle. That's 1 kill right there onto Raga. There's still a lot more needed, and the Glock will clean things up. Nothing to worry about. Just the deagle from Lonex as he's gonna go aggressive. That is at least the 2nd kill in the round for Nexus. So
middle, you're not really, you know, like the T side has such a massive advantage in the utility game. It's a lot easier for them to play the game. As you can tell, they didn't even need to invest much utility to take mid. But they got it already, and they're pushing through camera.
Ooh, fast in A. Multiple players set up from Heaven. Cello tries to arrive, but he has to go for more. Sewers is his, and Heaven almost was. Edging through the smoke as Eternal Fire stops them in their tracks. And
yeah, and Nexus, it's really going to be about understanding the tendencies of Eternal Fire on those gun rounds. Right now, in that eco, not really much done, and it's just gunning you down. But in the last gun round, he understood that they really like playing for mid. Continuously dump utility in one part of the map because they love to take control of that, like A main. Then you can be patient there. You're not really forced into staying around because if you have the utility on the T side, you can take.
Dostlarım merhaba. CSGO skins'te 2 tane çekilişimiz vardı. 50 dolarlık ve 250 dolarlık. Bu 50 dolarlık skin çekilişimiz sonuçlanmış. Daha MDFK diye birine çıkmış. Çekilişin sonuçlanması da ortalama 25-26 gün sürdü. 13 kişi katılmış. Şu anda da aktif olarak bir çekilişimiz daha var. Bıçak çekilişi 251 dolarlık. Açıklamadaki linkten 3 dolar yükleyerek buna da katılabilirsiniz. İsterseniz envanterinizle, isterseniz kredi kartıyla ya da kriptoyla ödeme yapabilirsiniz. Ve şu promosyon kodunu kullanmayı unutmayın. Hoşça kalın. Bay bay.
It's a lot of value as well in the matchup at the start of the day. Good stuff. BTN closing in. He wants to go for more. He's not able to get the kill, and then through the smoke, IMORR finds him.
Maybe Eternal Fire reading a step too early. Sound still on the angle. Not the side that IMORR is looking at, though. That is going to give away a few kills, perhaps. A lot of damage on the second. And this is the pincer the Nexus needed. 2 from Sound, 1 from Lonex. And not a lot of time left for Calyx and Luxon to try to call this one back.
Yeah, Nexus out of nowhere. Find some rhythm. Yeah, misplay potentially as well. We're calling upon.
But it's the wrong side. So now the 2 players that are next to Con, one at pillar, one at connector, they will be tasked with holding that execute.
They're just gonna walk out. They're doing the old contact play, but it doesn't work. Sound will be traded. Yet Braga still on the site.
Oh.
Missed shot from the quick scope as IMORR tries to go for more. Arriving from CT as well. It's gonna be Cello. Lonex. From Temple, this round has just turned into one where Eternal Fire can actually win. I don't know how, because everything worked out wonderfully. The hold was fantastic. The play after them down into miseries, they lined up for him.
No need to force the issue. Apparently, it's not meant to be. So they are hoping to perhaps find their magic elsewhere. Mid is where Nexus are affecting the offensive, and the rifle will actually come into play. A TK from Duresi. Take a chop at those players at Heaven and easily find 2, if not even a 3rd on site.
Ready for it. IMORR scoping. Where will be the swing? Lonex can swing. BTN is still watching as well. So much trouble. As Eternal Fire have no entrance in. Rep will be held. Raga's gonna swing. This should be a flawless round. It is.
There were a couple of shots that if IMORR landed those, that would have been game over for Nexus, and you'd usually bank on IMORR finding those kind of shots, much like this one. This is exactly what he's supposed to do, and he's done it. That could be the B-side, by the way, and the round completely done.
Yeah. Gonna be a good sign. The opening kill goes away of Eternal Fire. Ressi flashes. Great to support and sent him in. Back of side will be cleared. Rushing on. Jaresi wanted to take another one with him. Finds an AK. Swing comes back. Lawnex fighting alone as it's BTN still. Looking for his first kill of the game. Waiting in the smoke. The tap will be enough to send BTN looking. At least gonna walk his way up. It might be swung. Oh no. He's let through. He's gonna go for a peek. Again they line up.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If there are good things to be had on either end, and especially Ema fighting this kind of form again, is the god of contact maps for the T side, for the CTs. It's about Molotovs like these, a smoke on the back of it to try to create some separation. As they're going in for their execute, they're the ones that open up the smoke, and somehow Nexus still proving that firepower is king as Lawnex finds a pair, looking for more. IMORR again to strike at the right time. They will bank on him on each and every single kill in this round, and he will continue to be proven as king. He will be having to find that fourth because the timing is perfect from BTN. He finds the first. IMORR understands, but doesn't mean that he got the connection. No scope misses. He goes for the Glock, finds the kill, and Eternal Fire denies what could have been a steal from the IGL.
Another time where it's him and him only stepping up. The rest is just hanging tight, but everybody's getting on the board quite nicely. Another entry from IMORR. He's going to be faced with a Calyx going in for this play. 5-7 is the weapon for the job, is the weapon you want in this situation. One tap to the head, but it's same set for an AK. Calyx oversteps. Beautifully eliminates Lawnex, sends him to the deck. The A side is taken. Eternal Fire will most likely move to 8. How much do you need in order to say this is going to be a win for the Turks on Dust 2? 9 was not enough.
Seems like this will be enough. Just single gun from BTN. You can dip back and catch them trying to find Eternal Fire slacking.
Ooh, Raga. He thinks he's playing this smart. There's a trade from Calyx.
Oh!
Okay. Trade comes. Silence around the map. Sound having to be cleared. I don't know how that happened. The trade will come once more. Butchered the opportunity to find a bit more. Cello is burning, but stays alive for long enough. What is going on in this round? There's still a plant bound to happen. BTN and Lawnex seem to double up. The off is still in play. Oh no, Lawnex.
Oh.
Switches to the M4, but it might as well be Calyx. It won't happen.
Into having such a solid run in advance than even outside is definitely very good on their core, but for now it's not going to be an easy round for Nexus. Smokes are in. Eternal Fire only has one angle to worry about, but that boded really well. M-Star with a TK Zeno with one head of a connection onto Luxon as well. Bomb is planted, but you have a lot to ask of Ema in that angle. 2 players on site, 2 coming in late from A main, and everything for the offer to find. He cannot even find the first shot.
They saw in the pistol buy. All things considered though, we're still playing, we're still gaming. Dual Berettas are in play. M-Star is going to be ready for it with at least one. All the site is under control. Nexus, can they pick up the pistol? It seems as if Eternal Fire still have a fight back. The bomb will get tapped once. Players are leaping in. They got a smoke and a kit. The exact combo you need for a Ninja defuse. You need to collect the shots for it. They know where each other are. Jaresi needs the headshot. A bunch of body shots might do the trick for sound. What's gonna happen? Jiggling back and forth. Right shoulder is all that sound needs to play.
5 players in. 3 from main, 2 from connector, 2 from Eternal Fire in the angle. But you gotta ask if Calyx and that trusty MP9 can do that much. M-Star is the first casualty. Lon X holding the back line. Even Ema cannot really beat the Romanian Star on that angle. He's supposed to be their man, and he has been providing so far, but Eternal Fire suddenly flipped the switch. 3 kills to answer back. BTN and Zelo got the rifles, the best guns. A chance, Calyx is close, and it could be a matter of timing if they look towards the other side. Jaresi is the closest player to the A site as he's working his way towards stairs. Fire, they see the first player in. Zelo goes for the turnaround. Now they might have a chance at the B site. It's all about Luxon and the Galil holding the cross. Ducks in at the right time. Good idea on the peak. Perhaps facilitating a chance for Jaresi. Only 10 seconds left on the timer. The patience is great if he just bided his time there for the angle. That could have been an easy pick. Instead, they have to claw it through, and Luxon is not enough. Nexus towards B main. Everything on sound. If he finds one here, could be the round. Instead, he can't hold on, and they need to pivot towards the A site.
They're gonna run. Mac 10 leading in charge. Saraga is gonna be left out for now as M-Star. I think he wanted to hold, but goes back into the smoke. They're giving over the site. Pushing heaven will be Raga, so dissipated upon. Should be an easy fight from Luxon. He's fully taken awareness of this. His all sole purpose is to hold the smoke, then start spraying as soon as it diminishes. No way for Nexus to hold on. BTN is gonna have to make hero.
So they can definitely be patient as the 2 players at mid try to work their magic.
Here they come. BTN. Still unexpected. Yeah, BTN is not going to be seen. M-Star just wasn't prepared for it. Oh no. Eternal Fire.
Is Ima losing his luster when he transitioned over towards the CT side. Then falling back, and with the bomb pivoting towards that B site. We know what's going to happen. Eternal Fire don't, and they get antsy, attempt to make a play. That's the perfect pick for them to find, because that softens the blow before the eventual execute.
Players were originally setting up towards connector. BTN wanted to lurk through middle, I think. Now he's forced to push B. Forced to make this play. Calyx get a double kill towards connector. And a complete shutdown ensues. What a round for Eternal Fire. Connector is usually a position that's really hard to get yourself into if there's literally a player just watching there. And in this instance, it was Calyx lining up a double kill. Left Nexus with no chance but to wait it out. And go for main, where there was also an M-Star position. Beautifully played. And he's going to make more. He's going to try to make matters worse. But aside from Nexus, a trade will come from Jaresi, which is huge.
And HE with something of those other players with the M4s. Luxon though has got to be ready. A player on the right side platform that they need to be ready for. They have the right intuition, but could not find a connection. And that is going to leave trades to go back and forth. We were talking about the fundamentals of this Nexus. And they prove that their trading protocols are among the best in this caliber of play. Ema, important from Ema. Perhaps crucial for this round. We've seen the mid play come a few times from Nexus. Those lurks usually not attempted enough from the other side. Thankfully, Luxon this time will find his, and that will signal Nexus to go back towards that B side. A great shot from Lon X on the tail end of that spray. And a lot of those players don't have helmets. A lot of those players falling down to the Mac 10 of all things. It's a single player alone, opening up that B side. M-Star tries to aggress from A, but the IGL could not make the right call. Now Luxon, he too shall fall, and Ema. Yeah. And
it's exactly this play from Nexus that should be able to get Eternal Fire into position. Flashes, sure, but they will end behind the players. There comes a flash as a response. CTs will go for fights. Will try to make it happen. Maybe if they would have waited, but right shoulder advantage would have taken the better of him. Strike once more. The only one to deal with still is Luxon, as I think IMORR already wants to go for saves.
In this round, Ema holding strong. Keep the op. That is tough to crack out. That will make Nexus expend a bit of their utility just to get him out of positions. Otherwise, mid is the other real problem. They triple up on it, and somehow M-Star is going to find a double off the back of this.
Gets a double kill. IMORR not in position. Calyx. Oh no. It's a 1v1 up against Sound, and now Larnix gonna start rushing. Cello will join him close second. Oh, he's playing alone though, Larnix. Waiting for Sound, luckily enough, while Cello lurks about. 2-1B. Both now seen. Sound can run. Cello is all the way in middle. They have rotated too. They've rotated too fast. IMORR is now gonna start falling back. And you know A is clear. Cello, with the smoke, will take coverage. Oh boy, Eternal Fire.
They go for that save. They need to commit to that one, but time is not on their favor. 20 seconds only, no kits for those two players. And the Molotov comes in just at the right time. Thankfully, they clear the player on site, and it's low HP on Sound, but he will still, and perhaps could seal the fate of Eternal Fire for good. M-Star is able to shake off that hold. Overtime can still be a possibility. 3 players on B main. They're looking at that angle. They get the better of them, and Nexus are looking to find a coup de grace. The angle, I think that there might be a gap on it, and IMORR capitalizes. Calyx to find one. That is the bomb. A player from the other end to shut him off.
Oi, oi, oi. Ready for it. Jumping through. Smoke gets cleared. That's Luxon finding one. What can Luxon do? Smoke towards main. Not on the bomb. Molotov towards connector, but you need to find kills here. You're fighting an uphill battle. You need to find something. Tapping it might not be enough. It's it. Nexus